vacuum.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the results of the 2019 Arnold Classic Brazil. So I think this show actually turned out to be a pretty good lineup and a pretty good battle for the title of the Arnold Classic Brazil. And this show really ended up becoming a battle between Juan Morel and Rafael Brandao for 1 and 2. Now, I said going into this show that I felt that Rafael was probably one of the favorites to win this show. And I mentioned in that video that I thought part of the reason why was because he had kind of the home field advantage. He's from Brazil. He has a tremendous fan base there. He's not going to have to travel very far to get to that show. Combined with the fact that he has one of the best physiques in that lineup, I felt for certain that Rafael was going to be in that conversation in the top 2. So that turned out to be the case, and Rafael and Juan battled it out for that top spot. Now, I did think Rafael looked absolutely fantastic here, and even Arnold Schwarzenegger, as you guys saw in that clip that I rolled before my intro, was very impressed by the way he looked and very impressed by his vacuum pose, as Arnold called it. I think Rafael has a very aesthetic physique. I think one of the things he needs to do, though, is put some more size on that physique. Because I think what it really came down to when you watch this pose down between Rafael and Juan is the main thing that I noticed was, number one, Juan was just outsizing Rafael. Rafael has the prettier physique. He has a better flow to his physique. But especially in the side shots, you can really see that Juan is just straight up outsizing Rafael. And it wasn't just the size. I mean, Juan really came correct here in terms of conditioning. And I think really looking back at these videos, if you look closely, I think you could make an argument that Juan is not only bigger than Rafael, I think Juan had better conditioning than Rafael as well. I mean, Juan had that like hard granite look to his physique. His conditioning in his legs was very, very good for Juan Morel. And then, of course, the one thing that a lot of us were talking about is Juan going to hit this vacuum pose on stage? And he did hit the vacuum pose on stage. He did a front double bicep with a vacuum pose, and I think it looked phenomenal. And I really think it helped as far as his abdominal control on stage. I mean, he came in with an extraordinarily tight midsection. I mean, all throughout the transitions, all throughout the posing. I mean, you can really tell that he's controlling the midsection the entire time, and you can tell he's kind of conscious of it. And I just really think this was a really well-deserved victory from Juan Morel. I mean, there's really nothing bad you can say about this appearance from Juan. I mean, he looked fantastic here. His conditioning was fantastic. He was the bigger guy. He kept a really tight package, a really small waist. He had a vacuum pose. At the end of the day, there's just no two ways about it. This was a fantastic showing from Juan Morel, and I think he really deserved this victory. I don't think it was controversial. I think this was really a hands-down victory for Juan, and something, again, just really well-deserved based on the package that he brought here. Now, if we talk about the top 5 here, so you had Juan Morel winning the show. You had Rafael Brandao coming in second. You had Akeem Williams coming in third here. So Akeem Williams was a guy that I think a lot of us thought was possibly going to be one of the guys that was a threat to the top 2. I think overall the main reason why he wasn't, I think his conditioning slipped a little bit at this show. He didn't really look as good as he looked at the Indy Pro, in my opinion. And it just seemed to me when they did the comparison rounds that when they put Akeem next to a guy like Rafael or Juan, they both looked very, very sharp. And in contrast to Akeem, made him look soft. And I just think in this lineup, he looked soft for these guys that came in really, really on. And then in fourth place, you had Essa Obiad. So that was a typo on the website when I read the competitor list. So it was Essa Obiad on that lineup. And not really the best Essa Obiad that I think we've ever seen. And then in fifth, you had Eddie Bracamate. So overall, fantastic show. I really enjoyed it. Juan Morel is now qualified for the 2019 Olympia. And I'm sorry this video came out a little bit late. I was going to try to get it posted last night, but I was at a local natural bodybuilding show shooting some video there. The Mr. Cincinnati, which is the longest running bodybuilding show in history. This is the 79th consecutive year that they've held the Mr. Cincinnati. So I'm going to be posting a video of that either later tonight or tomorrow. So I was busy working on that last night, and I wanted to get this video out today, this afternoon. So stay tuned for that because I do plan on trying to cover more on the natural bodybuilding side of things as well. So you can look forward to that. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed already. Thank you guys for watching. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.